What's up, guys? I just saw episode 34 of Love Island Season 7. I'm a little late because I was at a concert last night in Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny's residency. If you want to see that footage, head over to my Travel with Silent page. It was bananas. But anyway, we're here to talk about Love Island, and there was a lot of love on this episode. This episode was Family Day. But before we get into Family Day, I just want to say we only have one more episode and the show is over. I absolutely cannot believe that the show is going to end on Sunday, tomorrow. But nonetheless, the Family Day episode starts with Ace and Shelly coming back from the hideaway. And you already know every time someone comes from the hideaway, there's cheering and yelling and screaming, and the boys get together so they could talk about what went down, and the girls get together so they could talk about what went down, but nothing went down. Not sexually. Ace told the guys that, they didn't do anything, but, there was touching and kissing and whipped creaming and stuff. So, I got to give it to Ace. He's been respectful the entire season of everyone, and mostly of himself, because he just doesn't go around like that. He's not trying to be kissing everybody. He's not trying to, he wants to make sure he has that connection with someone before he gives of himself in that way, sexually or even kissing or even emotionally. And you got to respect him for that. Not a lot of guys are like that. And I'm sure, it's obvious that Shelly respects it because they are now exclusive, as we saw in the hideaway of episode 33. Did I say highway or hideaway? I am exhausted. But anyway, as we saw in episode 33 in the hideaway, they became exclusive. Ace asked her after he put the heart in the sand and all that good stuff. So anyway, Family Day begins, and it begins with Amaya and Brian. So their family is like on a big screen, I guess kind of like a Zoom call. And it was Amaya's mother and stepfather, and it was Brian's father and best friend. So they're there on the floor talking to them, and hey, how you doing, whatever. And it kind of, no, it shuts off. I was gonna say it got kind of messed up, but it just shut off completely. And they're like, what the hell? Oh, come on. And they come into the villa, the same family that was on the screen. And the Islanders, Shelly, Ace, Iris, and them, they're all there, and they see it, and they're like, "Ah!" They want to scream, but they can't, and they're like jumping, but they can't make noise because the family's like, shh, they're going behind Amaya and Brian to surprise them. They go, they surprise them. Oh my God, it was so emotional. The way Brian cried with his dad was so touching. This episode was touching in itself. Just everybody and their family had me literally. I watched it on the plane ride because I'm in New York, and I must have been ready to cry like 15 times throughout the episode. It was so emotional, so touching, and it was so sweet to see that essentially all of them were close to their family in that way. And I feel like that tells you a lot about somebody's character and just their morals and values. And I don't know, it was just incredible to see. And Brian's mother couldn't make it, but she did send a video, and he was bawling like, oh my God, it was just so nice to see. And up next was Iris and Pepe. And Iris had her mom and her sister, and Pepe had his dad and his mom come to the villa. First of all, Pepe is the splitting image of his mother. Like, I was like, wow, like, ain't no denying that that's your mama. And it didn't seem like Iris' mother liked Pepe, because when Iris asked her, like, what do you think? She was like, well, I am picky, but I just want you to be happy. So basically that's saying, I'm not feeling him for you, but if you're happy, then hey. So that was interesting. Pepe's mother loved Iris. She loved her. She said, I believe she said that she saw a something between them even in the beginning, but they weren't seeing it themselves. But anyway, then we get into Huda Chris. But before the family even comes, there's something going on. There's a disconnect because Chris is like off to the side, just stressing and worried, and he doesn't feel like he wants his family to meet Huda so soon. He feels like it's just too soon, and he knows they're gonna say something and negative, and it's just not gonna be good because his family is raw and honest, and this is just too much. Like he was going through it, and Huda is just over there on the couch away from him. They're not really. I'm just like, what is going on with y'all? And I get it. It could be too soon. Yeah, it is too soon for Huda and Chris' family to meet, but it's the game, bro. And it is what it is. But anyway, it wasn't their turn yet because up next was Shelly and Ace. The ones that I thought were gonna win Love Island. So Ace had his brother and sister come, and Shelly had her mom and dad come. I mean, I'm saying that as if they invited them, but Love Island brought those family members for them. And this is the first time that Ace has introduced a girl to his family. So that tells you just how strong his values are and how he just doesn't just let anyone in. And he's got a really, I mean, we saw it through the season. He was very standoffish, but yet open enough to try to get a connection, and it wound up being with Shelly. But anyway, so this was the first time, so this was going to be a major moment, and it was really sweet. His family loves Shelly. Shelly's family loves him. At least that's what they said, and it appeared to be real and honest. And it was just so sweet to see them together. And Ace was bawling. Oh man, I want to cry. Like I wanted to cry so many times in this episode. It was crazy. And Ace cried even more when he got a voice note from his mom. He was like, because it was funny because the sister was like, Ace got a text. I would have been screaming all that stuff. Like, first of all, I want a tour of the entire villa if I'm there because I'm watching the show. I'm a fan. I want to see everything. And I want to yell, I got a text. And I want to be like, can I pull you for a chat? And all that dumb shit. It's not dumb, but you get what I mean. Like, whatever. Anyway, up next was the moment of truth. Huda Chris family came. So Huda had her two sisters, and Chris had his mom and sister. And I gotta say, it was so funny, but in a sweet way to see Chris get so like he turned into a little ass kid and ran to his mom, broke down in tears in her arms. I'm about to cry just thinking about it. Like I'm telling you, the whole damn episode had me in my emotions. Oddly enough, his mom and sis were not, because he had me worried. Like, I'm like, damn, they gonna come up here and be like, I don't like this bitch, she ain't for you, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they were gonna be some raw emotion, but they were the complete opposite. Very sweet and very understanding. His mom was like, we see things as women, and we see the growth in Huda, and you guys are great for each other. You balance each other out, and da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God, I know he must have been ecstatic because he was thinking the complete opposite. He looked so worried earlier. And then Huda's sister, they were joking and talking about the Jeremiah situation and her crashing out. And then her daughter, they had a video with like her daughter saying different things like, I just finished a year of school. I went to the pool with grandma and grandpa, I believe she said. It was really sweet. Huda kissed the phone, and obviously she misses her daughter because she's a mommy, mamacita. That was a cool as. Oh, that was funny. I was gonna say that was a cool as viral moment, and they kind of told her they didn't tell her exactly that it was viral, but they said it was everywhere. So that's the first taste of the outside world because I'm sure when these islanders leave and they get their phones back, they're like, "What the went down?" And I cannot wait to find out how Amaya's reaction gonna be to all that. Nicolandria, that's the name y'all gave them. Nick's mom and sister came, and then Alandria's mom came. Nick's mom loves Alandria. We already know on social media that his parents love Alandria. They had a damn cake and everything with Nicolandria on it, picture and everything. So they are fans of Alandria. And her mom seemed to like Nick. Interestingly enough, when Olandria's mom asked her if she sees her giving him a chance or whatever, Olandria was like, I like Nick. And I'm like, here she go with her nonchalantness. Like, to me, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And I know we have Nicolandria Hive in the universe of the social media worlds. But I just feel like you guys are delusional and making up things and seeing things that are not even there. Maybe he does like her, but I don't think Alondra is really that into him. And I don't even think he might even be that much into her. I don't want them to win. I'm sorry. No. No, I love them individually, but together, mm-mm. They can be the best of friends, which obviously they will be, and they are. Orlando's like, oh, I'm gonna be best friends with your mom. She talking about cooking for me. I'm coming over. Oh, I'm coming over. And I could see that. I could really see that. I just don't think no, and I don't think they deserve to win. I'm sorry. I love them individually, but together, mm-mm. So I don't. I really wanted Ace and Shelly to win, but obviously, but whatever. Brian gets a text, I believe, and he's like, the text says that the Islanders are gonna eat like a family and cook together, and that was so dope because we don't really see that. Like the guys always cooking the breakfast for the girls and whatever the case may be, and we don't really see them eating dinner. Now that I think about it, I don't think we've ever seen them like sit down and eat dinner like a family, I guess. So that was sweet, and they started to talk about their peaks and their pits in the villa. Lord have mercy. So Brian says a really nice speech about Amaya and her being herself and staying true to herself and excited to see where this goes. So that was sweet. Amaya says one of her pits was the argument with Ace. She apologizes. Ace comes over and gives her a hug. But they obviously already had gotten through it. But that was sweet to see. Then Huda Chris. Lord have mercy. I forgot what Huda said was her peaks. I think she said her peaks was the girls forming a friendship. I can't remember. But I know when it came to Chris, he was like, well, my peak was playing basketball with the guys and my mother coming to see me today. What? What? I mean, I guess because he's a ball player, maybe he was excited about that. And then of course you're going to be excited about your mom, but that's not part of Love Island. Like, what the hell? And you see Huda's face. I already knew. I was like, oh Lord, here we go. They're just, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like they mesh well, but then I see the disconnect. So I'm not really sure. I don't think they should win either. I really thought it would be Ace and Shelly. But then we get the text, and I believe it was Pepe that got the text. No, it was Iris. No, so it was Pepe that got the text, obviously saying that America had been voting for what couple they want to see in the finale. The couple with the least amount of votes is leaving the villa tonight. So they open cards to see, like, I don't know who went first, but let's say it was Iris and Pepe, and it says you're staying in the villa or whatever. Just whatever. Shelly opens the card and it says that she and Ace are leaving. Oh my God. And then Iris says, I think in the confessional, like, I definitely thought they would be in the remaining four. Yeah, we all did. I thought Iris and Pepe were going to leave. Like, I like everybody I was going to say in the village, in the villa. I like everybody. But some of them I like individually. Some of them I feel like they're not having true connection. They're just together to win, to try to win the competition. I felt like Shelly and Ace were the ones from the beginning, from the moment they stepped in the house, like, oh, you from New York and da da da. They had that little like they just always had that connection through the ups and the highs and the lows and all of that in between, and almost lost each other, got back in it, got back out, got back in it. Like we saw everything with them, and through it all, they were completely open. They didn't become exclusive till now at the end. So to me, they really played the game as they were supposed to. So they should win because Iris and Pepe are barely 1 week together. They're together by default because there are two people left. Huda Chris are still trying to, whatever. Yes, Huda has had a journey, so maybe she would deserve to win, but Chris is new to that equation and they're still trying to make something of it. So no. Amaya and Brian, at first I was thinking Brian wasn't really for her. Because remember all the guys were getting on Amaya when she got the most genuine Islander or whatever. So I thought he took advantage of the moment, but I've grown to love them together. So my choice would be, oh, and don't get me started about Nicolandria. Nicolandria. No, 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 no. That's, I've been saying it from the jump. That's all fabricated, all put together, all by force, all let's just do this so we can win because what else can we do? You know what I mean? Like it just seems so obvious to me that that's what it is, and I'm shocked that the Nicolandria hive does not see that. But there are delusional people in the world, so it is what it is. So I thought it would be Shelly and Ace, but since it's not, America, you fucked up. I'm telling you the truth, but this ain't the first time you fucked up. Look at the president, but whatever. Um, I think I'm gonna go with, I guess, Amaya and Brian. I love Amaya, so it is what it is. Lord have mercy. This show is over on Sunday. That's it. The next review will be the last review. But nonetheless, this Family Day episode was really cute and sweet and nice and sentimental and emotional and just shocking too with Ace and Shelly going home. But at least they made it exclusive in the last episode, so they're leaving just like Taylor and Clark as a couple, and love is better than a check sometimes. So that's it. I want to know, do you agree with Ace and Shelly leaving, or do you think someone else should have left? And who do you think should win the competition? Who do you think should win the competition? And or who do you think should have won the competition if someone had left already? Do you think it should have been one of them and none of these people? And I will talk to you in the comment section. I'll see you in the next and last review. But for now, let's get to the comments and talk about what went down. Peace.